Well, good morning or good afternoon, as the case may be, and welcome to AS395 Victor, Commercial and Industrial Aspects of Unmanned Aviation. I thought I would welcome you this way since I'm not going to be available in the classroom on the first day of class. Unfortunately, I guess I would put it unfortunately, I'm doing research in Hawaii, of all places, right now, and I needed to get it done before the semester got underway because if I didn't, it would have a much greater impact on the continuity and organization of our class. And so I need to take care of it now. And I apologize, nevertheless, for the fact that I'm not going to be there. A little background on me. I've got 28 years of military service, some time in industry, some time running my own little companies, and lots of time in, academia. So I've got a fairly broad background. Been a few places, done a few things. I don't get to meet you guys today, so we'll pass on from introducing the class or introducing yourselves, but we'll get to know each other a little bit more once I start coming next week. What are the course objectives? The course objectives are, first of all, to introduce you to the knowledge and skills required to enter the workforce as commercial unmanned vehicle operators and project managers. Project manager is simply the person that takes a project, say, surveil the diamond areas in Namibia and figure out how to do that, what vehicles you need, get the people hired, and run the whole project. That, as I'll mention, as I'll develop in a moment, I think is a very important part of where your focus should be in this course. And as a consequence of that, I'm going to put a lot of emphasis in the course on analytical and communication skills. I think your ability to distinguish yourself from the common herd will hinge on your ability to not only learn quickly and learn effectively, but then also to communicate your wisdom insights to others. I'd like to take a moment here and talk a little bit about what I think universities are all about, because not everybody's really thought that out before. Most of you are here because you think this is what you have to do to get a job, which is the kind of jobs you want, yeah, probably, but maybe not. Um, but it also goes to my focus on teaching. Now, in my view, universities have two purposes. The first is to create a faculty of world-renowned experts in whatever their fields are who can make that knowledge and information available to society at large. The other purpose is it's basically training, as I put it, training and educating sequential cohorts of future cultural and professional leaders in the country. That's a vital task, but that's what you're coming in. And you'll notice I emphasized again the issue of leadership. I don't think you're here to learn the technical skills of a particular job. I think, or not, at least not just that. I think you're here for that. But it's also to learn how to lead in different environments, because I think that's really where you're going to go. I think that's because when I look at where I think your careers are going, I find myself a little bit at odds with some of the other people that you've probably read or that maybe have even taught you, in my view of where commercial unmanned aviation is going to go. When I look at elements of insurance, social permission, politics, competitiveness, safety, and so forth, I really don't think large UAVs have a big future in the commercial realm. There will be some areas where they're going to function, but by and large, I don't think you're going to see the whole air cargo industry change into an unmanned air cargo industry. For no other reason, I don't think it's going to be economically competitive. As we'll look at later on, I think I can make the case that pilots are cheaper than bandwidth for that kind of a system, and plus you've got all the other advantages of having somebody on board the aircraft, as well as a few disadvantages. I agree with that, but I think overall the compelling case is going to be made for small systems, basically model airplanes on steroid, being controlled in line of sight control regimes, short distances and so forth, doing literally thousands of different missions that only they do well, and that they'll outcompete others. And I think, again, and we'll look at this in more depth, I think that's where the future is going. Well, what's that mean for you? frankly, I don't think you're here at Embry-Riddle paying $100,000 to $200,000 out of pocket for your education so that you can become a model airplane flyer. I think you're here so that you can become a industry leader, director, manager in this world. I think what at least most of you need to be thinking about is how am I going to develop my program management skills so that when I go looking for a job, I can compete for jobs that actually pay good wages and so forth. So I place a lot of emphasis on that and where I think you're going to go, and for that reason, we're going to put some emphasis on on program management skills and communication skills. The syllabus. First of all, if you read the syllabus, you're going to see that I expect the class to and you to conduct yourself professionally with a commitment to the success of the whole class. I expect you to be prepared, to show up, and so forth. There are three basic themes of the course. First is to enhance your understanding of unmanned aviation, improve your decision and choice skills, and then introduce you to project management skills. I'm not going to make you a certified project manager, but I'm going to show you how you can do that without any additional cost here at Embry-Riddle and actually have the certificate when you leave, which you may find is worth a lot of money to you. A note on outside readings, be prepared. We do a lot of group discussion, and I expect you to play a role, both for yourself, my sake, but also your team. That's probably all I need to cover at this point. What I would tell you is you do need to take time to read the syllabus carefully. You're going to see that I'm a little anal about syllabuses. It's long and it has a lot of details, but I take it as a personal point of professional obligation to make sure that no student ever comes to me with a legitimate complaint that I surprised them on something, that either what they were supposed to do, how they were supposed to do it, and what my grading criteria were. I'm going to make sure you know we're going to do some things to make sure that I communicate that effectively. Every professor is different. One of the things that college is about, you learn how to work for 40 different quirky people like me and do it successfully, because that's the way life is. You're not going to be able to pick and choose your bosses, and you're going to need to figure out how to work with them effectively and professionally in almost any environment. So don't expect me to be like anybody else. I make no effort to be like anybody else in my teaching and my emphasis, but I do make a great effort to be fair in the sense that I tell you up front what I'm looking for and what my standards are before I hold you accountable for it. Take a look at the writing tutorial and the research projects that I've identified as potential research projects. I think you'll find them interesting. And I'll provide you with quite a bit of information on each one to help you go through it. I'm not running this course to teach you high-end research skills, and I do a few things to kind of lighten your research burden. I'm trying to get across to you the need for systematic and logical articulation of a choice analysis in a way that will make people agree with you and do what you think they need to do. So that's it. I look forward to seeing you next week, and we'll get on with it. Thank you.